welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to discuss about the trusted applications now. So now what in this scenario we can see that my LAN users are able to access the internet using via the data center. That's fine. Now I want to start filtering now. If the LAN users are going to Microsoft application, I want them to go directly. I don't want to go them using the data center, or if they are using the Google apps, I don't want to know. So for testing purpose, instead of using these, I will use the easy one, that is YouTube. So whenever the LAN user is going to the youtube.com, it should go directly to the interface gig0/0. But apart from that, any other application it is going in, it should go via the data center one. So let's go ahead and create that policy now. So let's go to the configuration policy, traffic policy, go to traffic data and edit the existing one. So we will now add a rule saying that I want an application. That application will be the YouTube application. So whenever the YouTube application is detected, I want to accept the traffic and I want to go via the local TLOC with the encapsulation IPsec, and I'm not restricting it just to be, otherwise I will just restrict it. That means if this interface is down, the YouTube should also be down. So because it's a YouTube, so we don't worry about it. But if it's an critical application, that's where we can say that, okay, go to the fallback ones. Or you can also say that you want to go with Apple, Microsoft apps. So you see that if I select the apps over here, by default, everything is being defined, what will be coming under those apps. If I see the Google, you see that in the Google, we have Android updates, so and so. So currently I am using the YouTube only just for the testing purpose. And I'm saying that whenever the YouTube application is detected, I want the local interface to be taken. So any branch, doesn't matter if it is a branch 1 or branch 2, whenever the youtube.com is being detected, it should go via this interface directly to the internet, not via the data center. That's what I'm going to configure it. So that's what I have done. I said that it should be a local TLOC list, that is business internet and IPsec. Click on save. Now this policy should be above this one, because if you see the sequence, if this policy matches, then it will not trigger the YouTube ones. Okay, so the YouTube policy should be above because that is a specific one. So let's go ahead and create and activate. Click on next and configure. So over here, if I say that 0.0.0 and if I say YouTube, so it's not showing again. So that means the policy has been pushed. So if I come back here, if I try to refresh and see if that makes any difference, to VPN 10 going to destination 000, but the application will be YouTube. Stimulate the views, it's not showing. And even if I go to the CLI, so if I say that trace route VPN 10 youtube.com, you see that it is going via the data center only. But it's nothing wrong with the policy, but we can configure our policy in a different way. Instead of local TLOC, which it is not taking, what we can do is that now we can say to this policy, the YouTube policy, that instead of taking the local TLOC, take the NAT VPN simply. And the fallback, now with the NAT VPN, what happens is that we before the policy we also said that it should go to the local TLOC business internet, which is a NAT enabled, but specifically now we are saying that it should go to the NAT VPN, that is VPN 0. Within that we have an interface gig0/0. So basically instead of steering the traffic to a single interface, now we are steering to a VPN, the whole VPN 0. So wherever the NAT is enabled, those interface will be taken. So no issues with the previous policy also, but this is the most like preferable one. Okay, so fallback means whenever this interface is down, it will go via the MPLS to the data center. From the data center it will go. So again, since it's a YouTube, I will just tick it. It's up to you. If you want, you can configure the fallback. If you don't want, you cannot. You can just untick that one. That's fine. It's a testing, so it's a lab, so we don't worry about it. Alright, so let's go ahead and push that one. So now if I come back here, the same thing. If I go ahead and stimulate, still showing nothing. And if I go back and check for the trace route, still it is going via the data center one. And my policy is being pushed. So let's go ahead and stimulate again. Now you can see that it is showing. So it will take a time. We manage. Sometimes it doesn't show. Doesn't mean that it's not working. It's working. It will take time sometimes. So now you can see that if it is going to the YouTube, it is going directly to the interface. But if I select the other applications, and now it should say that it is going to the data center. So if I come back here, and if I say here again, it is showing me that it is still going via the data center. But if we see the paths over here on the GUI, it does says that if you want to go to the YouTube, it goes directly to the interface, which we wanted. Okay, so in the CLI it has been not reflected because if you remember that the control policy is such that it goes directly to the via the data center. So trace path is taking that control policy, but with the data policy, so definitely it is going directly to the interface only. So the reason for that one, in the previous video we created that all the branch devices should be accessing internet via the data center. It's such that we can do the filtering using like this. So we are now done the filtering that if they want to go to YouTube, they can go directly. We don't want to waste the bandwidth going to the data center. So that's why we allowed it directly. Apart from that, any other applications we are allowing using via the data center so that we can place some security on the data center to check the traffic or inspect the traffic what we require. So I hope this was informative for you, and thank